Hey everyone, this is my Patreon proud reaction to the 23rd and final episode of Mairimashita Iruma-kun. And last episode was a great one because we had the birth of a new amazing idol sensation, and the world will never be the same. So I'm not sure how we're supposed to top that in the final episode. I don't think we will. I don't think we'll even try really, but we do have one more episode, which is just odd for several reasons, because 23 is just such an odd number to end things off on, you know? With two core shows, you know, sometimes it's 22 episodes, or 26, or 24, just 23. I can't think of a lot of examples of that. It's just such an odd choice, but yeah, I'm not quite sure what to expect from this episode. I imagine we'll get some kind of tease for Season 2 near the end, because I am aware that there's a Season 2 because, well, there will be a Season 2. What I meant to say initially was a Season 2 has been announced, because when you go to the MyAnimeLIst page for the show, it says sequel Season 2 down there, so that's coming at some point. And of course, that's something to look forward to. But this episode, not quite sure what we're gonna get, so let's just jump on in and discover. 3, 2, 1, play. The Demon King. That eye. Someone's gotta fill that seat, eventually. That is a big question. But the ring, yeah, it does look like Iruma's ring. Could you do everything for us, child of ours? Could you, yeah, saw that coming. Could you go off to a demon for us, please? Isn't that the clean toilets in the demon world? It's the final episode, I'm aware of the premise. And has to make sure they don't find out there's a cross-dressing idol. That's his new goal. Yeah, this is peaceful morning in the netherworld. He's fully adjusted and institutionalized and all that. I doubt that for some reason. The final time we're gonna see the opening. Yeah, Bobby, 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 do. Gotta miss this opening so much. Yeah, Bobby, 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 do. Because you know Season 2 is gonna have a different opening, most likely. I doubt it will measure up to this one. Some big shoes to fill. You know, I thought that was going to be the finale, like we all get together to fight some big old raid boss together. And I guess it's possible we'll do that in this episode, but, you know, usually that would take more than one episode to do, something like that, so. Yeah, Bobby, 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 do. Yeah, Bobby, 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 do. Yeah, Bobby, 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 do. Yeah, Bobby, 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 do. Our future Demon King over there. You fit right in. Wait, you fit right in now. Something about that sentence felt awkward. It might have just been me. But anyway. Matcha. Probably Ma as in the demon Ma, I get it. And there's the friends. Yeah, this episode's definitely demonstrating kind of like what his new typical life is like. I was adjusted to it. That seems to be the biggest theme. It is fine. A fine idea for a final episode. Kind of just showing how far he's come in that sense. Even the horses look sad. And everyone flying to school while the school song plays. Maraso. Okay. Gonna taunt him. Be quite embarrassing to lose to her. He's so easily baited. Okay, our friends are running away now. Good morning, gross thingy that thinks she's cute. Ijiwaru no kaze. Nobody's safe from it. Oh, are we gonna have an accidental kiss here? Really? Really? Oh, wow. Smooth, Azu. Was a new ship just born here? Say Debbie Manman. Okay, yeah, that's a thing now. You trying to play with his tail? Are you a cat? Oh, guy, everyone, please stop talking at once. I didn't quite catch what you said. Sure, it was important. We promised nothing. Of course. Think. Okay. Demons are the best. The coolest ever. Well, she's only the second best idol girl on the show. Yeah, some of us are trying to pay attention. Oh, jeez. That's a bit harsh. I disagree. Please kill it. Well, I guess things worked out for him. Not so much for him. It's okay, man. Maybe next time. Memo. That's cute. He's quite cute. Nobody else really gets what's going on, though, of course. Hello? They were some devil cuties. Ooh, wow. Water magic, I think. For sure, Demon King will have that ring. He was born for this. I know you believe that. Well, I mean, Iruma just ran behind you. I think he's gonna meet up with the president. Gotta have this in the final episode. Can't tell her, who can you tell? Babahan. Blush. I'm sure this is a very heartfelt story. Yeah, she's crying enough for everyone. How much do we have left of that story? She's so into it. Everyone. She does look quite like Iruma. I wonder why that could be. Yeah, he would never live down here. Maybe you should talk to him about this. Yeah, Iruma couldn't possibly be such a cute idol girl. Yeah, do you have a secret, boy? I mean, if anyone has reason to be stressed, it'd be him. We appreciate your concern, though. And I swear her chest is taller than he is. Nice little trick with the eyes there. When you say snack, oh, that's what he meant. Oh god, I touched his hand. The doki is real. Because you had skin-on-skin contact. It's quite a lot for a maiden to handle. Gotta speed up. Don't know why I got excited for a second to see him in the bath. I kind of had to remind myself that's not the idol version of him. It was in my head though because of freaking Amani. Yes, you are officially a member of this life, this world, this school. So now that he's aware, now that he has a self-awareness of his new existence, how it's become the norm for him, I wonder how he'll handle that. Because it's better than his previous life, I would say. Yeah, not much to complain about. Really. We didn't expect you to. Yeah, we would never choose that. Pretty content. You can try. Oh, Azu. It's a really fulfilling life, though. I mean, it'd make me feel better. In fact, you can share with me. She's always coming up with the best ideas. That smug look. Raja. Operation Make Food Freedom. Oh wow, that's a big pile of food. What exactly are we gonna make? I want Claud to make me a meal. Want to run that by me again? Cut the muffle finally. I really don't, but I'll try it. Definitely a homemade cookbook. You put yourself into a very awkward position here, man. Make sure it gets along with the Fafa and Jinwari's. This is gonna be difficult. Yeah, it's muffle. Don't you get that? Oh, waffle, really? Is that what I was meant to be? I somehow doubt it. Harder than waffles. That'd be nice. I don't think they do. What is a fa-fa exactly? Oh, chocolates. Now it became a Valentine's episode. Yeah, should have not doubted our initial assumption. I mean, some people put chocolate and curry, right? You know, everyone's got their thing. Yeah, don't expect everyone else in the world to understand your household rules. He was just trying not to lose his dignity. He was lying. King of Aho. An Aho girl, if you will. Let's not fight, you two. We're supposed to be making something for Iruma's sake. We have a food fight on our hands, aren't we? You don't insult the man's outfit. I like it. Oh, the order made, okay. Yeah, that's the concern. How can food taste okay? You both make the same thing and we'll let Iruma decide. Like a competition. I've seen a lot of anime in my day. I knew where this was going. Are we arm wrestling? He has the stack of books to make it possible. That was a great subtle gag. But yeah, what the heck are you making, Clara? Hopefully the kids don't fall on that. I don't know. We might like it. Mommy, you want to help me make food for a boy? For sure. Wow, that face. It's kind of an amazing face. Let's pour that love in there. Are we gonna have another song? We're having another song. I should have known the second the mom showed up. I'm sure Clara has plenty of love to put into this food. Is that one child eating a black hole? I can't quite tell. Goku, you say. We're just all flying in a mother's sweet embrace. Or loving embrace, if you will. Man, the whole family's pumping their love into that. Don't know if a person can handle so much love. This was probably the weirdest song and dance number of the show so far. So, Azu, let's see how you go about making food. Sasagale-sama. You should do a song and dance number 2. Clearly the secret to success. I love how they transition back to it. Yeah, no foot feet on the table. Oh. Is that fish crying? Maguro. Wow, okay. How many times have they done the Ma joke this episode? It's still not enough. It's a pretty terrifying fish, to be fair. Just make sure to put plenty of love into it. I know you got plenty to spare. We can't do it to poor Satanya. It's not gonna bite. They were pretty tired the next day. And they both look, yeah, really, really tired. Some were dancing, some were poking a fish with a knife, but they're both tired. Well, hope you're hungry, Iruma. Starting with Clara's. I think that was Clara's. It's definitely Clara's. Hopefully he likes it. We pumped a lot of love into that thing. I think he likes it. So, Azwazu, you gotta... Can you compete with that? It's not as cute when a guy Doki Dokis, but still funny. Well, yeah, that's a question. Which is better? Which friend is your favorite? Okay, we can't give you your answer if you don't let him breathe. Can we get along, please? Are they best together? Yeah. No need to compete. We can all just work together and make something that Iruma loves together, and it's this great positive feedback loop of happiness, love, friendship. No need to fight. That's such a perfect way to resolve this. Can't continue to fight after that. Yeah, he's gonna eat all this, isn't he? Hopefully he remembers to breathe. And that was the main goal, so... Can't really complain. They definitely did lose sight of that goal partway through this situation. We're gonna have a fist bump. Oh god, this was a wholesome scene. Almost felt like I was gonna melt partway through. Yeah, and of course it doesn't last forever. "23 episodes worth of stuff." Magical PE. He's just happy to have you guys. Yeah, instead of them running off ahead, they're all together now. Not the end of the episode is. Oh wow, it actually is. Holy crap, that went by quickly. Gotta have our school song one last time. This is actually a really great final episode. You know, it didn't have some big raid battle. It didn't need to. She's counting for him. And there's him. It's an amazing picture frame. Think that door is secure enough? So anything... Okay, a little bit left. No clue what he just said. Is Iruma alright? Because... that doesn't seem right. Yeah, I saw something in his hair. Uh, who are you and what did you do with Iruma? Yeah, this is not the Iruma I know and love. Yeah, season 2. Pretty much exactly what I had in mind when I mentioned teaser for season 2. That would be it. The end. Okay then. That was the 23rd and final episode of Mairimashita Iruma-kun. And it was a great final episode. I mean, the title itself kind of gives us a pretty good idea of what to expect, you know, the whole fitting in to do his new world, his new life. And this episode really demonstrated that. For sure, you know, he has the school, which is now a more pleasant place to go for him, you know, plenty of people know him, and he has close friends like Asmodeus and Clara, and he has the student council president, Amedi, which they have their own relationship. I'm not sure what you'd call it exactly, but they have a relationship too, which is quite pleasant. And he's got the kind of like rival with Sablio, and, you know, he's getting more powerful, he's got his cool ring. You know, he gets along quite well with his new guardian, his grandfather. So really, you know, he's got a pretty good thing going on here, you know, he even got to be an idol. So he really has plenty of reason to be pretty happy with his new life. And I've thought, you know, for a while that this life that he currently has is an improvement over his old one. You know, his parents making him do all those things and selling him off to a demon. You know, they weren't good parents from what we got from what we saw of them. So, you know, this seemed like an improvement, and over the course, and as the show continued, it became more and more clear that it's an improvement because he made more and more friends, he got more accomplishments under his belt, you know, ranking up, really just building a good life for himself here. And this episode really showcased that. It did, like I said, it didn't have any kind of big epic raid battle of a big old monster or anything like that, and you know, it doesn't need to, like I said. What I mean by that is that this episode really did a pretty good job of just kind of showing, like, it had like a little bit of all the progress he's made, you know? We had some of the reading with Amedi, we had plenty of, like, the friendship stuff with Alice and, Asmodeus and Clara. We had, some, you know, eating lots of food. That's one benefit of being down here, is he gets all this great demon food. You know, and he gets along with his grandpa. We got to pretty much, I think, saw most of, like, little examples of all that in the episode. You know, a little bit, even chatting with the secret idol girl, you know, who had a really cute reaction because part of her was, like, you know, really happy to be talking about this with Iruma, you know, the praise and all that. And part of it was like, shush, secret, don't talk about such things. You know, we had that kind of thing, which was pretty cute. And just, you know, the Amedi stuff is always great. You know, we got to continue reading our amazing shoujo manga. I don't know how far into the story we were in that. I don't even know if she has all the volumes of it, to be honest. There might be a thing where you have to go back to the human world and pick up the newest volume. I don't know. I'm not quite sure about that either. But, you know, Amedi is always at her cutest when she's enjoying that manga, and Iruma's reading it to her. So that's always good to see. I did quite like Amedi being, like, kind of suspicious of Iruma because she saw the idol that looks quite a bit like Iruma, and it's probably not an Iruma relative because Iruma's a human, which she knows, and we're down here, so unless it's like a real distant cousin, it's probably not a relative, so she's kind of thinking maybe it is Iruma, just cross-dressing and all that. And we had the really cool effect of regular Iruma in one eye and the Akodoru, whatever they called it, in the other one. And she's like, hey, Iruma, you know, this topic of secrets, what about you? Do you have a secret, you know? I mean, is there anything you want to talk about? Like, anything on your mind? You know, just, you could talk to me. And he just says, no, not really. I'm doing pretty great. So I do hope she continues to, like, investigate that, you know, like, I hope that continues to be a thing where she just, you know, starts to, like, something will happen and she'll be like, huh, that's proof that he definitely is that idol girl, you know, that kind of thing. I want that to continue is all I'm trying to say, because, you know, Iruma's obviously had the secret of being a human for a while, but the secret of being, you know, this idol, that's kind of a new thing, so I would love to see that just continue to be relevant. For sure. But yeah, one of the biggest things of the episode was the little competition between Asmodeus and Clara. Because they both kind of saw Iruma being kind of down, you know, because he just has a lot of mixed feelings, emotions, because of his circumstances and all that. So they wanted to help because they're his friends. They're all great friends, they want to help. However, we forgot pretty quickly the main goal of this, which was to cheer up Iruma, and it became a competition. And that's pretty much what it focused on. Like, the original goal just kind of completely went out the window. And the competition, before we even got to the competition, section. We were still in the section of like trying to make something together. Clara's cookbook was quite something. I mean, just look at these instructions. Step 1, cut the muffle finely, in parentheses. Step 2, make sure it gets along with the fa-fa and Jin-Mari-san. What the heck does that even mean? Step 3, have them meet up with Tanashi. This doesn't mean anything. This is so unhelpful to anyone. It's almost like it was written in like code so that no one else could decipher it. I know, but that's obviously wasn't the intention. That's basically what the end result is. So, and Asmodeus pretending like he knows what that means to try to not lose dignity and all that was pretty great. But yeah, I quite enjoy seeing Clara just cooking. You know, she had a little flour roll thingy, and it was great to see. So, you know, that was a fun scene, just them starting to fight. Like, guys, we shouldn't fight. We're supposed to be trying to help our friend, you know, try to stay focused on that. But, you know, it became a fight regardless. And we got to see Clara doing hers first, back at home, just seeing, like, big old tentacles and crab claws coming out of the dish. But, of course, it would still taste pretty good, you know. It looks a little bit different because it's different world's ingredients, but it's still edible and all that, you know. She wouldn't make anything inedible. And yeah, her mother came over to help her with it. And of course, the family can't come together and do something without the song and dance. So they did that. And tons of love was just bathed into this dish. And the end result became something pretty good, you know? Because Iruma liked it. So that was the thing. And then Asmodeus doing his best. His cooking is obviously a bit more on the normal side, but he does struggle with fish, apparently. We just saw him kind of like poking it with a stick, except using a knife. It did not go well, really. But I mean, he got something done in the end, but just really tired and exhausted, which I guess with Clara had the same issue. When I saw the fish, I thought a lot. What really came to mind was Gabriel Dropout and Satania, because first of all, that show has demons as well. Satania being a demon, and they had a cooking scene, you know, where they came together and cooked, and they called the fish. They were cooking a fish as well, and they called the fish Satania. So just so many elements from that were the same as this. So it was very easy to make a lot of connections there. So I did. You know, the fish is Satania now. And yeah, at the end of the day, we both came to school the next day, both exhausted, giving him the food, and he liked them both. Not only did he like them both, he liked them better together, which is like the whole moral of the story, you know, we're all better together as friends, and we should stop fighting, all come together and make up, and it was great. We all reached enlightenment that day. So that was a nice way to end it off. Of course, they bicker later on, you know, it's to be expected, but we did get that nice little fist bump, though, which I quite liked. So yeah, just really, really wholesome stuff. And we ended off the episode just kind of, you know, school song playing in the background as we have a bunch of visuals from adventures we've had on the show. It was just really cool way to end it off. And we technically had one bit left after that. And it's to be expected that we would have something that would be a tease for season 2, and this definitely qualified. As soon as I saw them walking through the door, I knew something was going to be off with Iruma. Either he was not going to be there, like he was kidnapped, or he was going to, like, be comatose. Like, I wasn't quite sure what to expect, but I knew there would be something wrong here, just because of the way it was framed and the fact it was at the end of the episode. I knew something was going to happen. Did not know what. And then we saw, what was the first thing Iruma said? Yeah, use, you know, like Udasai, very slangy, use, you know, just complaining how loud he is. That was the first thing he said, you know, very delinquent-ish, kind of, you know. So, yeah, once that was the first thing he said, that was not a thing Iruma would ever say. So, I knew something was up. And then, as soon as we saw him sit up, I saw the purple highlights in his hair. So, yeah, I knew something had happened to him, clearly. I, again, no idea what. Man, he was, yeah, just really, really rude to him. Wow, that is not Iruma. That is not Iruma at all. So, I'm not sure what happened, really. What could have possibly happened. He's definitely much more, like, Demon King-ish here, but I'm not sure what could have resulted in that, really. Like, nothing before this really could have made this happen, right? Maybe it's a side effect of him coming to terms with living in Demon World. Maybe that had some kind of side effect, but it doesn't quite seem right. Could it be a ploy by one of the evil people in the background? Although I'm not sure how that would help them. exactly. But something causes change, and I'm not quite sure what it is. Like, he has, like, a physical difference, so it's not just a personality thing. So clearly something must have happened. Maybe just general mana corruption of his... I don't know. I don't know why I'm even speculating. I have nothing to go on, really. But, geez, he is different. Maybe they just kidnapped Iruma and replaced him with an evil clone. I don't know. So, but something definitely happened, and it did its job pretty well of making me want to watch Season 2, like right now. I'm actually going to check. When is Season 2 supposed to air? It might not say, but I'll check just to be sure. And internal server error, freaking MyAnimeLIst. I'm not going to go through the trouble of opening up a different website right now. But the point is, yeah, Season 2, definitely looking forward to it with how this ended. So let's see. Time to kind of talk about my thoughts on the show as a whole. Now, I really enjoyed this show. I went into it with fairly low expectations because I just hadn't really seen much discussion about the show really on the internet. Like, I don't really look for anime discussion too much, to be fair. But, like, you know, I never heard anyone else really talking about the show, so I was just like, okay, it's probably fine. And I went into it. But what I got was actually pretty good. For sure. Great cast of characters, you know, because we got Clara, who is absolutely just fun, adorable, silly, baka, aho king, or whatever Azunde has called her. You know, she's a really, really fun one. Like, definitely the comic relief character of the show, like, for sure. I loved pretty much everything she ever did. You know, she got, like, magical pockets and whatnot, and she's just always a fun one to have around. For sure, I quite enjoyed her. Then there's Amedi, which was like the student council president. She's great. She's like this really tall, Gat Moet kind of character, you know, and she pretty good at her job, you know, keeping the peace and all that. But, you know, behind closed doors, she gets, you know, to be all cute and listening to the Iruma read the shoujo manga. You know, I quite enjoy her as well, for sure. Asmodeus is pretty good too, you know. I enjoyed him. Not a whole lot to say about him really, but I liked him for sure. And the way he butts heads with Clara is always pretty entertaining because they're very different sort of people, but they have the connection of, you know, both caring a lot about Iruma and they're, you know, all part of the same circle of friends. So that was great. And we have Iruma himself, who I think is a pretty good main character. You know, as far as main characters, like male protagonist characters that I gravitate to that I like a lot, I generally prefer the kind of, you know, snarky, super confident kind of character. Which Iruma is not that. But Iruma, while being kind of a mellow, what's a good word for it really? Like, you know, pretty like go with the flow kind of character, you know. I think that's the best way I can phrase it. Although he's kind of like that kind of protagonist, he's not like spineless, you know. Like he gets things done that need to get done. He doesn't whine and cry, you know. He's pretty respectable protagonist, you know, without having to go down that snarky, you know. Like if you're watching like this anime season, the show is airing called Mao Gakuin, you know, that main character that's like a reincarnation of a demon king, you know, that kind of character is kind of what I'm talking about when I say that. He's not that kind of character, but he still gets things done. He's pretty likable. He helps people out. He doesn't, you know. So, yeah, like, obviously he has this one condition where he, you know, can't really say no, but that's just, you know, bit of trauma, basically childhood trauma, you know, from the parents and all that. That's kind of what I consider that. But, like, when he has to, like, use his powers to destroy the meteor, you know, that whole, yeah, what was whatever his senpai's name was, you know, he got everything done in that situation pretty well, you know, saved the day. And he helps Amedi, so, you know, he gets things done, is what I'm trying to say. Of course, Iruma being, you know, a cross-dressing, cute idol girl character, occasionally is also gave him a lot of points in my book, for sure. And of course, one of the best things about the show is just the comedy in general, because there's a lot of really good comedy. Even in this episode, they had the whole, you know, Clara family, you know, singing thing that they've done a few times in the show, and that's always a fun thing for sure to do. And I mean, Clara just in general has a lot of comedy associated with her. Like I remember the magical wall segments. There was a lot of good stuff there as well. Like I think there was a scene where she was like pretending there was a wall when there wasn't, you know. But that episode just really was good for comedy. So I still remember that time when Amedi just walks into the wall. That was just so well done, for sure. Of course, there was just a lot of amazing walking into wall scenes. But see what else. I mean, with 2 core shows, it's a little bit harder to remember a lot of specific stuff, for sure. But I definitely know there was a lot of good comedy throughout the show. And of course, we had some silly stuff with that one teacher that became his familiar. That was obviously a pretty interesting aspect of the show as well. You know, not everyone can say they have their teacher as their familiar. Definitely something you could brag about, for sure. And Iruma just having to keep his human identity secret in this scary new place. That would be quite frightening. It is really impressive that he went from that to being like, you know, one of the most popular, well-known, you know, people in the school. Of course, I wonder if he'll be able to actually like campaign to have the school song changed to be a bit less violent towards humans. You know, if he ranks up enough, he could probably pull that off. He's probably not high enough rank for that yet, but someday, he'll be Demon King, and he'll probably be able to make that happen. So that would be interesting for sure. I wonder what Iruma-kun made song would be like. Probably involve food, just not human food, or not humans as food, I should say. But yeah, Iruma-kun's development over the course of the show was also one of the biggest things. You know, just seeing him work so hard to get better at that dodgeball game and stuff like that. Pretty respectable stuff. And speaking of comedy, though, the one joke that kept going throughout the entire show was just replacing words that have ma in them, just replacing the regular ma with the Demon King kanji ma, or Demon kanji ma. That never got old. I always quite enjoyed that. Just the show definitely liked its puns, and it had a lot of fun with that, for sure. Definitely one of the most notable parts of the show. A part of the show that I definitely will not forget, for sure. There's really not too much to say about the plot. A lot of episodes were kind of focused on characters and stuff like that, but there was some degree of plot, you know, because the biggest plot point is the Demon King seat being opened. They even reminded us of that in the final episode. And you know, there's like 3 main candidates that could take the seat, which Iruma's grandfather is one of them. But, you know, we haven't quite decided anything. And people, you know, higher-ups are trying to manipulate things. So there's that whole thing, which we got into a little bit in the show. And I'm sure we'll probably get more into it probably in Season 2, because clearly something happened to Iruma, which I'm pretty sure is related to the Demon King thing in some way. So that'll probably be a bit of a catalyst to get more into that, for sure. But that's really the only biggest plot point of the show, unless you just count individual character stuff, which, like I said, was a big part of the show. Even got into some, you know, side characters like our Ice Girl idol, you know. We got into some of her stuff. Even got into the backstory of, you know, Kyuu, I want to say his name is. Like, we got into his circumstances a little bit. That was definitely one of the weirdest parts of the show. Like, just him in general. Yeah, that was... I kind of forgot about that until I started talking about him just now, but... Yeah, some of the weird feelings he had towards things. I don't even know how to describe it, really. But, yeah, let's just move on from that. Although I don't think I have much more to say on the show, really. Like, I enjoyed it a lot. We had some great characters, some great interactions between them, and I would like to see a Season 2. So, I guess we'll just kind of wait until that comes out. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.